I tried drinking a gallon of water every day for 30 days. Here's what happened. I thought I was fine. Energy, decent. Skin, passable. Focus, let's not talk about that. But one random Tuesday, I stood up too fast and everything spun. That moment, ridiculous as it sounds, is what made me question everything. Then I saw this article. It said over 75% of adults are walking around dehydrated and don't even know it. I laughed, and then I realized I hadn't had a full glass of water all day, so I challenged myself. 1 gallon of water every day for 30 days. No fancy supplements, no diet overhaul, just water. And let me tell you, I did not expect what happened next. I didn't start this because I was trying to be the next fitness influencer or health guru. I started because I was tired of feeling stuck in low gear all the time. You know that 3 p.m. crash? Mine hit like a train. The brain fog, the constant snacking, the dull skin. I blamed it on stress, poor sleep, the news, anything but hydration. But something clicked. What if the fix was simpler than I thought? So, armed with a gallon jug the size of a toddler, I began. No flavored water, no shortcuts. Just pure boring H2O. And on day 1, I was optimistic. For about 2 hours. It started out easy, a few sips here and there, no big deal. I felt like I was cruising. Then around mid-morning, things changed. My body went into full-on water evacuation mode. I wasn't sipping water anymore. I was timing my life around bathrooms. By noon, I'd already gone 8 times. 8. And I'm not exaggerating. Concentration became impossible. Every task was interrupted by that now familiar pressure in my bladder. It was like training for a marathon, but instead of running, I was peeing. And the bloating, the bloating. I felt like I was carrying a mini swimming pool in my stomach. By evening, I wasn't refreshed. I was annoyed and very, very full, but I kept going. By the 3rd day, something weird happened. I woke up feeling sharp, but with the clarity came something unexpected, a dull ache behind my eyes, a headache. Not from dehydration, but from too much water. Turns out when you overhydrate without replenishing your electrolytes, your body throws a little tantrum. So I adjusted. A pinch of sea salt in the morning water, the headache vanished, and the fog stayed gone. Then something else happened. My skin broke out. I panicked at first. This wasn't supposed to happen, right? But it turns out, when your body starts flushing out toxins, it gets worse before it gets better. That didn't make it less annoying, but it did keep me going. By the end of the first week, I wasn't running to the bathroom every 30 minutes anymore. My body had started to adjust. The bloating was gone. The headaches, a thing of the past. My skin, still not glowing, but definitely not as inflamed. But the real surprise wasn't physical. It was mental. I wasn't dragging in the afternoons anymore. No caffeine, no crash, just a steady hum of energy that carried me through the day. It wasn't flashy, but it was real. And that made me think, if this is just from drinking more water, what else have I been missing? Week 2 hit differently. Mornings felt crisp. I was waking up before my alarm, not jolted by panic, but pulled up gently, like my body was saying, all right, let's go. And the brain fog? Gone. Not just gone, replaced with this strange sense of sharpness. Like I could think a few moves ahead instead of just reacting. But the weirdest part? My cravings changed. For someone who never says no to a cookie, or 3, this felt bizarre. I wasn't reaching for snacks every hour. I wasn't craving sugar. In fact, I started craving, wait for it, cucumbers. I know. I don't understand it either. There was this sense of internal alignment happening, and I couldn't explain it. I didn't feel superhuman. I felt normal, which, when you've been living in a constant state of imbalance, is kind of amazing. And then came day 14. I hit a wall. Not physically, but mentally. I was over it. I missed coffee. I missed flavor. I missed not carrying around a gallon-sized jug like a fitness influencer who took a wrong turn. I was tired of explaining it to people, tired of constantly checking how much I had left. And for the first time, I thought, maybe this was a bad idea. But that night, I looked in the mirror, noticed something. My eyes looked brighter. My skin was finally calming down. My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. And just like that, I got back up the next morning and poured another gallon. Week 3 arrived like a quiet upgrade I didn't ask for. I didn't notice it immediately, but other people did. You look different. Have you been sleeping better? Your skin's glowing. What serum are you using? I smiled. No serum, just water. My sleep was on another level. I was falling asleep faster, staying asleep longer, and waking up feeling like I just plugged into a charger overnight. No grogginess, no snooze button warfare. My digestion, smooth. My workouts, easier. My mood, stable. And the biggest shift, my stress. It didn't vanish, but it stopped feeling like this looming weight on my chest. Everything felt lighter, mentally and physically. And somewhere between days 20 and 25, I realized something almost spiritual. I hadn't felt this good in a very, very long time. My mind was sharper, like someone finally cleaned the smudges off my mental windshield. But more than the physical changes, better sleep, smoother digestion, clearer skin, it was the confidence that surprised me. Not in a look-at-me kind of way, but in the quiet, self-assured way that comes from doing something hard, something consistent, and sticking with it. It's funny, we always look for big, sweeping changes. Crash diets, supplements, hacks. But sometimes the smallest shift, like choosing to drink a little more water, can realign your entire life. I was sleeping better, thinking clearer, eating more intentionally, and even when I wasn't trying, other areas of my life seemed to improve. I started organizing things. I wanted cleaner spaces, better meals, and deeper conversations. It wasn't just hydration, it was momentum. There were 3 huge surprises along the way. First, water changed my relationship with food. It muted the mindless snacking. Not because I was trying to eat less, but because I finally understood the difference between hunger and dehydration. Those 2 feelings feel the same until you hydrate first. Second, my skin's glow up wasn't just about moisture. It was about inflammation. I hadn't realized how puffy and inflamed my face was until the swelling slowly disappeared. Hydration reduces stress markers, and you can see that in your face. It's wild. Third, emotional resilience. This one caught me off guard. I didn't feel as anxious. I was calmer in traffic, less reactive to rude emails, more patient in conversations. Maybe it was the better sleep. Maybe my brain just had the water it needed to function like it's supposed to. But emotionally, I felt lighter. And my one regret? I didn't document the journey well enough. I didn't take before and after photos. I didn't journal day by day. Looking back, I wish I had those snapshots. Not to show others, but for me. To remember the journey, the shifts, the growth. So if you try this, document it. Even if it's just for yourself. So here's the golden question. Should you try this? Maybe, but with a caveat. Don't do it because it's trending. Don't do it because I did it. Do it because you want to reconnect with your body. Do it as an experiment. Be curious. And listen to your body along the way. A gallon might be too much for some. You might need less, especially if you eat lots of water-rich foods. But the principle, that part is universal. We're made of water. Our cells, our organs, our thoughts, all of it depends on hydration. If you're tired, foggy, irritable, snacking constantly, sleeping poorly, this might be a place to start. Not a miracle, but a baseline, a reset, a way back to your natural rhythm. And maybe, just maybe, it'll be the spark that ignites a healthier, more present version of you. Now here's the deal. I'm not done. I've started a series. I'm calling it The Body Reboot. 1 month, 1 challenge, 1 change. And next, well, I'm a little scared about the next one. Let's just say it involves cold water. Like, really cold. Like, why am I doing this? Levels of cold, I'm talking ice baths, cold showers, deliberate discomfort, all in the name of mental toughness, metabolic boosts, and rewiring stress responses. I've already started the prep. Research, breathing techniques, and yes, the first cold shower nearly broke me. But that's the point. We're told to chase comfort. But what if growth lives in discomfort? What if the things we avoid are the very things that free us? That's what I'm exploring next. So if you're into real transformations, messy, honest, maybe a little dramatic, hit subscribe because we're just getting started. I didn't think water would change me. It sounds ridiculous, right? Drink more water. It's the advice we've all heard 1,000 times. But until I lived it, until I felt the difference, I didn't understand the power of something so simple. And now, I do. So, whether you're starting with water, or journaling, or walking, or reading a book you've been putting off, just start. Because every transformation begins with one choice. This was mine. What will yours be?